Good evening. We begin today's report with a continuing major crisis in the central Philippines, where the province of Cebu is grappling with the devastating aftermath of historic flash floods, triggered primarily by the extreme rainfall associated with Typhoon Tino, international name, Kalmaegi. In early November 2025, the floods, described by local officials as unprecedented, have exposed profound systemic vulnerabilities across the highly urbanized province. The catastrophic flooding event, which also occurred in the wake of a powerful earthquake that struck northern Cebu in late September, has necessitated a massive, multi-agency search, rescue, and recovery effort that is still underway. The focus remains heavily concentrated in the most affected towns and cities, including Compostela, Liloan, Balamban, and parts of Metro Cebu, such as Cebu City, Mandor, and Talisay.
Manawag niyo para rescue! Sobra kayo ang mulog sa tubig diri. Naman kayo na tiyo. Lagi.
Official reports from the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, PDRMO, and the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, NDRRMC, confirm a staggering human and infrastructural toll. As of the latest consolidated data, the death toll across Cebu province has tragically climbed past 100 fatalities, with numbers fluctuating slightly as validation and identification processes continue. Furthermore, the search for dozens of individuals who were reported missing in the immediate aftermath of the flooding continues, with particular operations focusing on areas like Compostela, which saw some of the highest casualty figures. The economic and structural damage is also immense. Local government unit reports indicate damages to infrastructure, residential areas, and government facilities totaling over 1.2 billion pesos in Cebu City alone. Thousands of families, equating to tens of thousands of individuals, were displaced, with large numbers still housed in temporary evacuation centers as recovery and debris clearing efforts proceed. The provincial government of Cebu has placed the entire province under a state of calamity, allowing for the use of emergency funds and the imposition of a price freeze to prevent profiteering amidst the crisis. While Typhoon Tino provided the immediate trigger, meteorological and scientific analysis, backed by statements from government agencies like PAGASA and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR, points to a complex mix of extreme weather and significant human factors that magnified the disaster. PAGASA confirmed that Typhoon Tino dumped rainfall totals across Cebu that were truly historic. Parts of Metro Cebu received over 180 millimeters of rain in just 24 hours, an amount comparable to 1.5 months' worth of precipitation for November. This sheer volume of water overwhelmed existing urban drainage capacities. Weak flood mitigation infrastructure. The torrential rains led to the violent overflow of major river systems, including the Mananga, Kotkot, and Butuanan rivers. This has renewed intense public and official scrutiny over the billions of pesos spent on flood control projects in the region. Local officials, including the provincial governor, have publicly called for an investigation into whether these projects were substandard or improperly implemented. Environmental degradation and urban planning. Experts and environmental groups have highlighted decades of unregulated development, quarrying, and deforestation in Cebu's uplands. USEC Carlos Primo David of the DENR noted that construction on natural slopes and the cutting of trees prevent natural water absorption, causing rapid, heavy runoff into low-lying communities. Furthermore, issues of clogged and silted drainage systems, often due to garbage or illegal structures built over waterways, are consistently cited as a major contributing factor that turned a heavy storm into a catastrophic urban disaster.
Saan naman oras ah? Alas 6 maybe. November 4. Tuesday. Mas pasirin ninyo.
Pinanay tao soda na kanang na-trap diya tutulo ako anay. Trap ka nagpunot kat Liloan, please. Please God. Tabang daw.
The national government, through President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., has committed to sustained aid and coordination with Cebu's local government units. Relief efforts have included the provision of cash assistance for damaged and destroyed homes and the establishment of temporary shelters. Significantly, the disaster has prompted a renewed focus on long-term systemic change. Calls for accountability regarding substandard flood control projects and illicit development activities have intensified. Plans are being coordinated to identify and relocate families living in high-risk no-build zones, particularly along riverbanks. The Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH, has deployed engineering teams to assess the stability of roads and bridges affected by erosion and structural damage from the floods. The path to full recovery in Cebu is expected to be lengthy and challenging, particularly as many communities are also simultaneously recovering from the September earthquake. The focus for authorities remains on providing relief, conducting crucial search operations, and addressing the underlying vulnerabilities that allowed the recent typhoon's heavy rains to escalate into such a tragic, large-scale disaster.
Hilom na.
We extend our deepest condolences to those who have lost loved ones and homes. We will continue to follow the recovery and accountability efforts in Cebu and bring you the latest verified updates. Thank you for watching.